in January of last year is when I launched my book, and I was so excited that I was now going to go on book tours. I was a flight attendant, so I could fly to different places and do the book tour and all that stuff. And I received an award the next month in February, and I was excited about that. And then I was working on. I went to work one day, and I was on the airplane, and I had all of a sudden they were wearing masks. We were not allowed to. At that point, flight attendants by FAA law were not allowed to wear masks. And it was a 4-day trip. And on the beginning of the 4th day trip, I had a small spot on my hand that looked like a pimple, except the pimple was kind of painful. You know, I just thought, well, it's a really strange, very painful pimple. By 4 days later, it was the size of a pea. And I thought, this is really growing, and I could see it adding to itself, and it was getting bigger and more painful. So I went to my supervisor's office and said, I don't know what this thing is, but a couple of customers made mention that it was kind of gross looking. And I said, I think I need to go to the doctor and get this figured out. So I went, let me just stop this. Oh, I'll have to call him back. I've been waiting for this call all morning. I went to the doctor, and they said, oh, it looks like a little infection. Go home and take this medicine. And then that was by then it was. So they took me off work till the infection went away. And then no one would see me for 3 weeks. During that 3 weeks, this little thing on my hand grew and grew and grew until it became the size of a golf ball. And it was so painful. I couldn't even get up off the couch. I had to hold my hand up in the air to tolerate the pain. And I kept calling the doctors, and they kept saying, oh, look, we'll give you another antibiotic. So because of COVID, I was misdiagnosed, and I had cancer. I had cancer the first time when I was 16. I had breast cancer. And then when I was 17, I had ovarian cancer. So I had not had cancer in 51 years. Wow. Back in the day when I first had it, they told me for every 5 years you don't have cancer, the chance of you ever getting it again is doubles every year. So after 5 years. So I figured I was never going to get cancer again. And cancer, it was a carcinoma, and it was malignant, and it was growing extremely fast. In a matter of 3 weeks, it grew. It was quite a large tumor, and it was on the outside, so you could see. I would get another blister that would add itself to the side of the tumor, and it would eventually, by the end of the day, it would add itself to that tumor. And I thought, I didn't know it was cancer, but I thought, I don't know what this is, but it really is strange looking and really awful looking. So finally, I called my doctor's office in tears. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it's just, and we didn't have conference calling yet from our doctor, so I couldn't show it to them. They wouldn't see me. They'd close their office down. So they finally referred me to a hand specialist, and I went for an MRI. And when I went to get the MRI done, they take you in and they put a clamp down over your hand to take the thing. So he had to squeeze the tumor. And it didn't make me pass out, but I did see stars. And again, I by this time I kind of figured out it must be something more that was serious. But the guy that did the MRI knew it was cancer. He said next week when I saw him, he said he knew it was cancer. So when I went a week later to see the hand specialist, I was astounded how much had grown in another week. They ended up doing surgery, and remove skin from the side of my hip in order to cover up the giant hole left in my hand. And I was so grateful that it got caught when it got caught. I have been through so many things in my life that I didn't ever feel fear. I felt like I didn't really like that I was going through it, but I didn't really feel fear. Uh, I think my faith has gotten to a point where fear doesn't fit. And once we get to a point where our faith is stronger than the fear, and we don't have to feel it. I never did feel fear. I didn't feel fear. I mean, had I even been told I was going to lose my life, I don't think I would have felt fear. I would have figured out, well, I got to do some things before I go. I don't think I would have felt fear. Then a little while later, actually, it took a long time to recover from the surgery, and partly because of COVID. I couldn't see doctors still. They wouldn't let me back as a flight attendant because COVID, and by this time, I'm 68 years old, and they didn't want the older flight attendants to be exposed. And I wasn't sorry that they didn't let me come back because I didn't want to be exposed. And then I had my 24th great grandchild was born, and I decided to see this new great grandchild, and I got COVID. And so, unfortunately, I was positive for COVID for 7 weeks. And they kept saying that you can't possibly still be positive. So I have enjoyed my time at home with my husband. I have decided that the Lord puts things in our way for us to grow. It has given me a lot of time to do humanitarian work that I absolutely love to do. I've been able to organize quite a few people to work on the project for the sanitary kits that we make for Africa. And I kind of found a lot of joy in my time at home. Even though I had some physical challenges, I really haven't felt any sadness there. I'm grateful for my faith. I don't think that if this had all happened to me in my younger years when I was going through the struggles that I went through, I battled with alcoholism in my early years. I know that my faith was not strong then, and I would have never been able to handle what I'm handling now. So when they say you don't want to get old, there are definite advantages to getting old. And one is you learn that life is going to happen. There's going to be changes all the time. Challenges are always going to face us. And that's why the Lord gives us the strength to face them if we but turn to God. We have to always understand that whatever faith we have, as long as we know there's a higher power that is there to protect us, if we but will listen and listen to the inspiration that we're given, that we can turn that into something good for us. And that's my COVID experience. Oh, I did get my shot yesterday, or day before yesterday, and it made me really sick yesterday. I felt like I had COVID again, but today I feel pretty good. So I was glad. Yesterday, all during the day, I thought, please don't tell me I've got COVID again. Please don't tell me I've got COVID again. But I did know that a lot of people react for a day, and I did.